Welcome to another deep dive, and this one's going to be a little different. Today, we're going to be celebrating a life.
Oh, yeah?
A life well lived.
Okay.
The iconic Leslie Charleson.
Awesome.
And you probably know her best as the, how can we forget, the indomitable Monica Quartermaine.
Yes.
On General Hospital. And a role that she just owned for nearly 50 years.
Wow.
But we are going to be going beyond just those four walls of the Quartermaine mansion today. We're going to be using obituaries and biographies to uncover Leslie's journey beyond the screen.
Okay, I like it.
And trust me, you're in for some surprises.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, what always fascinates me about these deep dives is how the person's early life can almost foreshadow their future successes. And we have Leslie, for example, born in Kansas City in 1945. At just 19, she landed a role on the soap opera, A Flame in the Wind.
Wow.
That's incredibly young to be diving headfirst into such a demanding industry.
19. Can you imagine? You're barely out of high school.
Right.
And you're just thrown into this world of daytime television, the long hours, the pressure, the constant need to just deliver.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes about her dedication and talent.
Absolutely.
Right from the get-go.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because that early foray into soap operas really set the stage for much of her career. After A Flame in the Wind, she went on to play Iris Donnelly Garrison in Love is a Many Splendored Thing, another soap.
Okay.
And another role that throws her into the thick of complex relationships.
And speaking of Love is a Many Splendored Thing, that was, hugely popular show in the 60s, a real cultural phenomenon.
Absolutely.
And guess what?
What?
Leslie's character, Iris, was smack dab in the middle of a classic love triangle.
Oh, interesting.
This seems to be a theme in her career, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. Yeah. That tangled web of relationships, the emotional tug of war. I mean, it's almost like those early roles were preparing her for the grand stage of the Quartermaine family dynamics that she'd later become known for.
Right. Okay. So hold on to your hats because this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Before she landed in Port Charles, Leslie had quite a diverse career.
Really?
We're talking guest appearances on hit shows like The Rockford Files, The Wild West, The Streets of San Francisco, Marcus Welby, MD, Mannix, Ironside. I mean, the list goes on.
That's really interesting. And that just highlights how the television landscape was back then. Guest starring was a rite of passage for so many actors, a way to hone their craft, gain that exposure, and then potentially even land a recurring role.
And let's not forget, her Happy Days cameo. She shared Ron Howard's first on-screen kiss.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Talk about a fun fact for your next trivia night.
I don't know, right?
But her talent wasn't confined to the small screen. In 1973, she took a leap onto the silver screen, starring alongside Shelley Winters in The Day of the Dolphin.
Okay, and this is where we see how a role can profoundly impact an actor's life beyond the set. Leslie developed a lifelong passion for dolphins after that film.
Oh, wow.
Imagine she goes from playing a character who interacts with dolphins to becoming a real-life advocate for these intelligent creatures. I mean, it just adds another layer to her story, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Makes you wonder if her home was adorned with dolphin figurines and ocean-themed art, huh?
But let's get back to her television career. Even after The Day of the Dolphin, she continued to explore different genres, and later on she made appearances in shows like Dharma and Greg, Diagnosis, Murder, even had a spot on Friends.
So she clearly wasn't one to be typecast, but of course.
Of course.
We can't talk about Leslie Charleson without diving into the role that defined her career.
Right.
Monica Quartermaine on General Hospital.
Here we go.
This is where her legacy really takes shape, joining the show in 1977.
Wow.
She actually replaced another actress in the role.
Ooh.
And believe it or not, she wasn't immediately embraced by everyone.
You're kidding.
It's true, some of the cast and crew were initially resistant to the recasting, but in true Leslie fashion, she won them over with her humor and her charm.
I love that.
It almost mirrors how Monica, her character, was initially an outsider when she married into the Quartermaine family.
Oh, that's a fascinating parallel.
Yeah.
It's almost as if life was imitating art.
Right.
Both Leslie and Monica had to navigate those initial challenges, prove themselves, and ultimately find their place within this complex and established dynamic.
And they did it.
And they did it.
Brilliantly.
Brilliantly, yeah.
So Monica enters this world of General Hospital, and wouldn't you know it, she quickly becomes part of one of daytime TV's most iconic love triangles.
Oh, tell me about it.
Rick, Monica, and Alan.
Classic.
It's like a Shakespearean drama.
It is.
Set in a modern-day mansion with all the passion, betrayal, intrigue that you could ask for.
Absolutely.
And let's not forget the Quartermaine family dynamics.
Oh, those were legendary. Constant bickering.
Right.
The power struggles, the tangled web of relationships. It was pure soap opera gold.
Right.
And Monica was right in the thick of it, navigating it all with a mix of strength, vulnerability, and, let's be honest,
Yeah.
a well-timed slap now and then.
Remember her penchant for slapping people?
Oh, I do.
Who got out of line? It was classic.
Yeah, classic.
But she wasn't just about the drama and the slapstick.
Right.
Leslie brought a complexity to Monica, a depth that made her so relatable
Yes,
and beloved.
absolutely.
She tackled tough storylines, from breast cancer to the devastating loss of children.
Wow.
And she did it all with an honesty and vulnerability that resonated with viewers.
Right.
It's like she wasn't just playing a character, she was living it.
And that's the mark of a truly gifted actor, isn't it?
It is.
That ability to make you believe, to make you feel those emotions alongside the character. Leslie had that in spades.
She really did.
She did.
But you know what else strikes me about Leslie? Even later in her career, when she faced, those health challenges,
Right.
that limited her time on the show.
Yeah.
Her dedication to her craft never wavered.
It's inspiring, isn't it?
It is.
She continued to act, making guest appearances whenever she could. And even when she wasn't physically present on General Hospital, her presence was still felt. Her character, Monica, was often referenced as being, upstairs at the mansion.
Right.
A reminder that she was still part of that world, that family.
It's a beautiful way to keep her legacy alive within the show's universe.
It is.
And then, of course, there was the outpouring
Oh, of course.
of love
Yeah.
and tributes from fans and colleagues when she passed away.
It really does.
It speaks volumes about the impact she had,
Yeah.
the connections she forged, the way she touched people's lives.
Reading through those tributes, you see words like kind, fun-loving, loyal, and generous used to describe her. And fans constantly mention how deeply Monica, and by extension Leslie, resonated with them. They felt a connection to her,
Right.
like she was part of their own families.
Which begs the question, what is it about these long-running characters like Monica that captivates audiences for decades? What makes them feel like family?
That's a great question. And I think it has something to do with the consistency and familiarity they provide. In a world that's constantly changing, they offer a sense of stability and comfort.
Right.
We watch them grow and evolve, face challenges and triumphs, and they become woven into the fabric of our own lives.
It's almost as if they're a reflection of our own journeys, a reminder that we're not alone in those ups and downs of life.
Yeah.
And Leslie Charleson, through her portrayal of Monica Quartermaine, was a master at creating that sense of connection.
Absolutely. She gave us a character who felt real, who made us laugh and cry, who reminded us of the complexities of family, of love, and life itself.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
We've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah.
But there's still so much more to explore when it comes to Leslie Charleson's life and legacy.
I agree.
So what do you say we dive back in after a quick break?
I'm gamey. If you are, there are a few more aha moments
Oh, I like
I'm dying to share.
it. Okay, we'll be right back.
As we delve deeper into Leslie Charleson's career, it's fascinating to see how certain themes and experiences seem to just echo throughout her journey.
I'm with you on that. It's almost like those early roles, especially in Love is a Many Splendored Thing, were a kind of dress rehearsal
Yeah.
for the complexities that she'd later bring to Monica Quartermaine.
Exactly. Both Iris and Monica kind of navigated, those choppy waters of relationships,
Right.
love triangles, and family dramas.
Right.
It makes you wonder if those early experiences helped Leslie kind of develop the emotional depth and nuance that made Monica such a compelling character.
It's a great point, and it's not just the emotional complexity.
Right.
Think about her time on the Day of the Dolphin. It clearly sparked a lifelong passion for those amazing creatures.
It did.
Did you know that she supposedly collected dolphin figurines and artwork throughout her life?
I did read that. It's such a beautiful example of how art can imitate life.
Right.
And vice versa. I mean, a role that probably started as a job blossomed into this genuine passion for these intelligent creatures.
Right.
Makes you wonder, did she ever consider getting involved in marine conservation efforts?
Oh, would it be surprised? It's clear she wasn't just an actress.
Right.
She was a woman of many interests and passions.
Of course.
But speaking of passions, we can't just gloss over the love triangle that had General Hospital viewers just on the edge of their seats for years.
Oh, tell me about it.
Rick, Monica, and Alan.
Oh, the drama.
Oh, the drama.
That triangle had it all. Passion, betrayal, heartbreak, and in the end, a love that just seemed to endure against all odds. I mean, classic soap opera storytelling at its finest.
I remember being glued to the screen whenever those three were in a scene together.
Right.
Monica caught between those two very different men, each offering her a different kind of love.
Right.
It was the classic battle of the head versus the heart.
It was, and Leslie Charleson just played those conflicting emotions brilliantly. You could practically feel Monica's internal struggle as she tried to untangle her feelings and make a choice that felt right for her own happiness.
And let's not forget, this love triangle wasn't just about romantic love.
Right.
It was also about family loyalty, betrayal, and all the complexities that come with blended families.
So true. The love triangle was interwoven with the larger Quartermaine family saga, adding all those layers of intrigue and drama. It was like watching a real family go through it all, just with more glamorous clothes and a few more dramatic arguments.
And you can't forget the humor that Leslie brought to the role.
Oh, absolutely.
Monica had a way of delivering just a cutting remark or a perfectly timed slap that would have you laughing out loud.
Oh, yeah.
She was the queen of comedic timing.
Those moments of levity were so important for balancing out those heavier dramatic elements of the show.
Right.
They reminded us that even in the midst of chaos and heartbreak, there's always room for a little laughter.
And it wasn't just in General Hospital where her comedic talent shone through.
Right.
Think about those guest appearances in shows like Dharma and Greg and Friends.
Yeah, she had a knack for delivering those witty one-liners that could steal an entire scene.
Right.
She was a truly versatile actress, able to move seamlessly between drama and comedy, a rare talent indeed. It's no wonder she enjoyed such a long and successful career.
Absolutely. But it's important to acknowledge that her career wasn't without its challenges, especially, in her later years. She faced some health issues that limited her mobility, and ultimately these led to her passing.
But even in the face of those challenges, she continued to work and bring joy to her fans, and that speaks volumes about her strength and her resilience. And while she may be gone, her legacy continues to live on through her work and the countless lives that she touched.
Her impact on daytime television is undeniable. She helped shape the soap opera genre, creating characters that resonated with generations of viewers, and her dedication to her craft, to her fans, is something we can all admire.
It's also important to highlight the outpouring of love and respect from her colleagues and fans when she passed away. The tributes were just heartfelt and moving, a testament to the kind of person that she was, both on and off screen.
The tributes that focused on her kindness, her humor, and her generosity really struck a chord with me. She just seemed like the type of person who brightened every room she entered, and that warmth and charisma translated beautifully to her on-screen persona.
It makes you understand why Monica Quartermaine became such a beloved character. She was complex and flawed, but ultimately good-hearted, someone who just fiercely loved her family, and Leslie Charleson brought those qualities to life with such grace and authenticity.
It's almost as if the lines between the actress and the character blurred over time. Monica became an extension of Leslie Charleson's own spirit and personality, and that's a big part of why she was so relatable and endearing to viewers.
It all comes back to that sense of authenticity. As viewers, we connect with characters who feel real, who make us laugh and cry, who reflect the full spectrum of human experience. And Leslie Charleson had a gift for bringing that humanity to her roles.
You've summed it up beautifully. Leslie Charleson was more than just an actress. She was a storyteller, a comedian, a friend to her fans, a true icon of daytime television. Her legacy will continue to inspire and entertain for years to come.
And as we reflect on her life and career, it's worth asking ourselves, what is it about these long-running characters like Monica Quartermaine that captivates audiences for decades? What makes them feel like family?
That's a fascinating question. Perhaps it's the consistency and familiarity that they provide. In a world that's constantly changing, they offer a sense of stability and comfort. We watch them grow and evolve, face challenges and triumphs, and ultimately they become woven into the tapestry of our own lives.
It's almost as if they're a reflection of our own journeys. a reminder that we're not alone in those ups and downs of life. And Leslie Charleson's portrayal of Monica Quartermaine was a masterclass in creating that sense of connection and shared experience.
What's also interesting is how she navigated such a long and successful career in an industry that's constantly changing. Think about all the advancements in technology, the shifting tastes of audiences, the rise of new platforms.
It's a testament to her adaptability and her resilience. She was a constant presence in a world that was constantly evolving, and she managed to stay relevant and beloved throughout her career. That's not an easy feat.
It makes you wonder what her perspective was on all those changes. Imagine her thoughts on the rise of streaming services and social media.
I bet she had some fascinating insights to share. I mean, she was a living link to a bygone era of television, but she was also clearly open to new experiences and challenges.
Right.
And speaking of challenges, we can't overlook some of the more difficult storylines that she tackled as Monica Quartermaine. I'm thinking specifically about her battle with breast cancer.
That was such a powerful storyline, and it resonated so deeply with viewers. Leslie Charleson brought such honesty and vulnerability to that role. She helped raise awareness about breast cancer and the importance of early detection.
It was a reminder that even strong, seemingly invincible character can face real-life struggles, and it showed how soap operas can tackle important social issues and connect with audiences on a deeply personal level.
It also showcased the incredible range of Leslie Charleson's talent. She could handle those heavy, dramatic scenes with just as much skill and authenticity as she did the comedic moments. And speaking of those heart-wrenching moments, we can't forget the storyline where Monica loses a child.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, that happened multiple times throughout the course of the show.
Absolutely. Those were some of the most heart-wrenching moments in soap opera history. And Leslie Charleson just conveyed the depth of a mother's grief with such raw emotion. You could truly feel Monica's pain and the weight of her loss. It was another testament to her ability to connect with the human experience, even in the most difficult of circumstances.
It's those moments of shared humanity, of vulnerability and resilience that make soap operas so compelling, so relatable.
They do.
We see ourselves reflected in the characters, in their joys and sorrows, their triumphs and tragedies.
Absolutely.
They become like family.
They do.
Walking beside us through the ups and downs of life.
And Leslie Charleson, through her portrayal of Monica Quartermaine, gave us a character who felt real, who made us laugh and cry, who reminded us of the complexities of family, of love, and of life itself. Her legacy is one of authenticity, of connection, of touching the hearts of millions with her talent and her generosity of spirit.
Beautifully said. Leslie Charleson was more than just an actress.
She was.
She was a storyteller, a comedian, a friend to her fans, a true icon of daytime television.
Right.
Her legacy will continue to inspire and entertain for years to come.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up this deep dive into her life and career, I encourage you to explore her work further. Revisit those classic General Hospital episodes, or maybe even share your own memories of Monica Quartermaine with someone.
Yeah.
Let's keep her legacy alive by celebrating the impact that she had on our lives.
That's a perfect note to end on.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of remembrance and appreciation for Leslie Charleson. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a fascinating topic. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those aha moments coming.
Thinking back on everything we've discussed, it's really amazing to think about how long Leslie Charleson's career was.
It is.
I mean, we've talked about her early roles, her guest appearances, that just iconic role on General Hospital.
Right.
But to really grasp her impact, I think you have to consider all the changes that happened in television while she was working.
Oh, for sure. It's mind-boggling when you think about it, She began her career back when TV was in black and white.
Wow.
There were only 3 major networks.
Right.
Very few choices for viewing.
Right.
And by the time she passed away, people were streaming everything.
Right.
Hundreds of channels, different platforms. Everyone's competing for our attention.
And yet through all that, there she was.
Yeah.
This constant presence. She just adapted. She evolved along with the industry. And she stayed relevant and beloved for decades. I mean, that's not easy to do. Not at all. Speaks volumes about her talent, her work ethic, and just her ability to connect with audiences, across generations.
Right.
A true professional, dedicated to her craft.
It makes you wonder what she thought about all those changes.
Doesn't it?
I mean, imagine her perspective on the rise of streaming and social media.
I know.
I mean, these were things that probably seemed like science fiction when she started out.
Right. I bet she had some fascinating insights. She was like a living link to a bygone era of television, but clearly she was open to new experiences and challenges.
Right. And speaking of challenges, we would be remiss if we didn't mention some of the more difficult storylines that she tackled as Monica Quartermaine. The one that always sticks with me is her battle with breast cancer.
Oh, absolutely. That was such a powerful and important storyline. You know, it resonated with so many viewers. And Leslie Charleson just brought this raw honesty and vulnerability to the role. And I think she really helped raise awareness about breast cancer and the importance of early detection, which are issues that are still so relevant.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that even the strongest, most invincible characters we see on TV can face real-life struggles.
Right.
And it really showed how soap operas, which are often, dismissed as just entertainment, can actually tackle important social issues and connect with audiences in a personal way.
Absolutely. And it also showcased the incredible range of Leslie Charleson's talent. She could handle those heavy, dramatic scenes with as much skill and authenticity as she did the comedic moments.
Right.
Really, it's that ability to embody the full spectrum of human emotions makes an actor truly unforgettable.
And we can't forget, those other really heart-wrenching moments, like when Monica loses a child, which happened multiple times throughout the course of the show.
Absolutely. I mean, those were some of the most heart-wrenching moments in soap opera history. And Leslie Charleson conveyed the depth of a mother's grief with such raw emotion that you could feel Monica's pain and the weight of her loss.
And it's those moments of shared humanity, of vulnerability and resilience that make soap operas so compelling and relatable.
Absolutely. We see ourselves reflected in these characters.
Right.
And their joys and sorrows, their triumphs and tragedies.
Right. They become like family.
They do.
Walk beside us through those ups and downs of life.
And Leslie Charleson, through her portrayal of Monica Quartermaine, gave us a character who felt so real, who made us laugh and cry, and who reminded us of the complexities of family, of love, and of life itself.
That's beautifully said.
Thank you.
Leslie Charleson was a true icon. She was a gift to the entertainment world.
She was.
And we are so grateful to have had this opportunity to explore her life and career with you today.
It's been an honor to delve into the legacy of such a remarkable woman. And, as we close out this deep dive, we want to leave you with this. Take some time to explore Leslie Charleson's work. Revisit those classic General Hospital episodes. Share your memories of Monica Quartermaine with someone. Let's keep her spirit alive, by celebrating the joy and laughter that she brought to our lives.
Beautifully said. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey of remembrance and appreciation. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a fascinating topic. But until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those aha moments coming.